Welcome back to the Beyond the Backboard Podcast, another special episode of 2 Minute Drill. My name is Omar, and next to me on top of me are my two beautiful co-hosts, Max and Earl. Today, we're going to be talking about how impressed we've been with the Clippers this year. But first, before we start, did want to report that Elijah Arenas has unfortunately been induced into a coma as of 2:56 this afternoon. Shams Charania reported it. Just wanted to say that he's ranked the number 13 recruit coming into the 2025 after reclassing in December and then committing to the Trojans in January. So just a quick prayer for him, hoping he's all good. Praying for Gilbert Arenas and that whole Arenas family as well. Truly a tragedy.
Yeah, prayers for the family. Hopefully all things goes well. All things go well with the situation.
Yeah, hoping for the best.
Yeah, hoping for the best. But the show must go on, as we said earlier. So I'm gonna leave it off to Earl here because he couldn't wait to start talking about the Clippers. And your 2 minutes start now.
Shout out to the Clippers, man. Little brothers. It's just something about your little brothers taking care of business, especially something personally you couldn't do. I mean, we struggled against the Nuggets. Last thing I said last week, if you guys were checking out the videos, I said the only way to beat the Nuggets is to close them out in the fourth quarter. And the Clippers have been doing that. Game one, they slightly regressed a little tiny bit. Like, we're talking about literally a possession or two could have won them game, and they could have been up two on the road. But they were able to close out last night. And thanks to that, man, Kawhi Leonard is playing absolutely perfect basketball. I think up into the fourth quarter, he had only missed one shot all the way up to the fourth quarter. I think for the game total, maybe he missed about 3, maybe 4 at most, but he played absolutely amazing. James Harden, I feel like he slacked a little bit off in the second game, but first game he was great. And I think they're underrated, man. Like, they're going into these games with a defensive-minded set. But like, I don't know if y'all seen the clip of Kendrick Dunn,
Chris Dunn.
Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn. He had this one play where he was playing defense, but he was literally playing defense backwards. Like, his back was turned and it was still face guarding Jamal Murray. It was absolutely insane. So it was nasty. So I think the Clippers, as long as they can hit their 3-point shots and as long as Kawhi Leonard's robotic programming doesn't need a drastic update inside of a game, I think they're good. So shout out to them. I personally think it's Clippers. I said 7 before. I might bump it up to 6 now. So shout out to the Clippers. I think the Nuggets will steal a game on the road, but I think Clippers win their first game. I'm at home.
Are you forfeiting the rest of your time?
That's all I got. That's all the prayers I got for them.
All right, you're leaving 15 seconds to spare there. I'll pick it up here. I have been impressed with the Clippers, and to say this has been a lot for me because I started off this year saying that James Harden would average around 15 to 16 points per game.
13 points per game.
13 points per game. Okay,
12,
fine.
Actually, yeah.
12? Okay, fine. You know what? Fine. I am willing to take that. And I have to say that I've been more impressed with James Harden than anybody else on this squad. He's been playing really good, carrying this Clippers squad on their back. And really, Earl said it not too long ago. He turned that Clippers squad into the Houston Rockets back in the day. It's crazy. He's setting up Zubac like he was a top 5 center back when he made Clint Capella look as good. And then, I mean, listen, if he just keeps setting up these players the way that he has been, even the way that he was in game 2, this team is going to be nothing but successful. James Harden just feels like the only offensive guy that, like, you could consistently say, you know what, he's gonna go out and do his thing. He's gonna go out and get a bucket. And honestly, shit, I'm glad to be wrong. I said this last year about Anthony Davis, Mr. Glass Ankles. And I said this about Kawhi too. And Kawhi has his fair share of moments where he is still injured, and I'm here for it. But I'm just glad that we're finally looking at a fully healthy Kawhi Leonard, a fully healthy James Harden, a fully healthy Clippers squad, and finally something for this Clippers squad to look forward to. It's been like 4 or 5 years of dealing with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard nonsense for it to finally work out and James Harden basically inserting himself as the second guy and then saying fuck off to everybody else, including Russell Westbrook. And that's the end of mine.
All right, I'll pick it back up here.
2 minutes start.
Like Omar, I did not predict that James Harden would score 12 points a game this year. However, I was on the bandwagon that the Clippers would miss the playoffs entirely. I saw this as the beginning of the end for the Clippers, and that the Paul George departure was going to spell the end of this core. And then, what happens with Harden's future, what happens with Kawhi's future, what happens with Tyronn Lue. I was 100% on that boat. And I think as the season got underway and the Clippers got off to a decent start, we all just kind of kept waiting for them to fall back off and kind of regress back down to the mean. Maybe they make the play in, but, fall to like that 8, 9, 10, 11 spot that I think most people saw them in. At some point, I think I woke up to the fact that the Clippers are just a very good team, even without Kawhi Leonard. And then they got Kawhi Leonard back, and they held on to 5th place in a stacked Western Conference. And here they are against the champions from 2 years ago. I would say playing 2 better games than them in Denver. Obviously, Denver won game 1, but I think the Clippers had that game in grasp. They snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, as they say. I think Clippers have been the more impressive team in this series. I'd be shocked if they don't at least win 1, if not 2 games at home in LA. And I'm very glad that this team is succeeding because this is a very good example I think other teams and honestly fans can look at as addition by subtraction. And that addition by subtraction is a real thing.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Paul George leaving this team is the best thing that could have happened to this team. It opened up the cap space. It opened up the role flexibility for guys like Norman Powell to step up. It forced them to put their priorities into skilled role players, guys who know their job and do it well instead of chasing big names, getting guys like Chris Dunn in the door, getting guys like Derrick Jones Jr. in the door. I think Paul George leaving has absolutely empowered Zubac to become the dominant center that he is. It's empowered James Harden to be the system again and really take the reins of the offense. It's empowered Kawhi Leonard to not have to share a similar offensive role to Paul George. And this sounds like I'm hating on Paul George. This is not directed at Paul George. It's more so that the fit, his time in LA had run its course, and that I'm glad they didn't try and force the issue there. Letting him go was the best thing that could have happened.
Perfect. So 2 minutes of free thought here. I think we all generally hold the same opinion. I think we all kind of... What's up? Say that one more time.
I was going to say, Earl, did you have any stinkers of Clippers opinions from the start of the year? Because I had mine and Omar had his. Did you have any? I forget. Did you have any?
I will say, I don't know if I had any. Well, I think I was on the bandwagon of them not being like a top team in the league. I think we can all agree on that. Honestly, I didn't see Norman Powell playing this good. I don't think I said anything particularly bad about him, but the rise of his production this year, like you said, no Paul George, he just blossomed. Like, he got more opportunities, like you said, and it's really contributes to like James Harden, how great he can be as a playmaker. And like, last thing I'll say about James Harden, like, remember, I am the system. I mean, literally, is he not proving it right twice again? Like, no Kawhi Leonard, he kept his team like top 6 in the NBA for a while, like even higher than that at times. Like, they were playing great basketball, and then Kawhi comes back. Yeah, they had a little hiccup, but that comes with like Kawhi getting back into game shape. But once Kawhi got back to himself and him and James Harden figured out their chemistry again,
it was I feel like most of the success came at the end of the season. I feel like they went on a pretty big streak of wins there. It was really the testament of really finding an offensive core and then finding a defensive core. You have your offensive core and offensive hub in James Harden. You have your defensive core in Kawhi Leonard. And by the way, shout out to the way they built this squad, because this squad is up and down full of two-way guys. Maybe except for James Harden. Fine. But give me another guy on that squad that's only works one way. You won't give me one. Fair. I forgot about Bogdanovich.
He's very good offensively, so
that's fair. That's fair. But
horrible. He's really bad. He's not even good offensively.
And that marks the end of our 2-minute drill episode. Thank you guys so much.
Take the under every time, chat.
Thank you guys so much, and I appreciate every single one of you guys that view our 2-minute drill episodes. Be sure to check us out on Tuesdays and Fridays on Playback, and we are going to be going live on TikTok a lot more. So catch us on TikTok, catch us on YouTube, catch us on Instagram, catch us on X, catch us everywhere you want. See you guys later, and peace.